Hello and welcome to Click to Unlock's walkthrough of the new Thief game. This is the final Vittori client job, Sideshow attraction. So this is a bit of an interesting little mission where you basically got to rescue some poor damsel called Isabella. Oh, poor guy there. So you've basically had to you have to travel to like the kind of the town watch building, I think it was, something like that. So it's been ransacked by some guys, so basically the police have been taken out, you know. So you got to basically, as with every mission, you have to get in, get the loot, and rescue this woman who's in the cells in the basement of this kind of like police station that's been taken over by these bandits and whatnot. So just to have a little check, right, so on this we've got 2 collectibles and 18 loots, but we've also got this distract 4 threats and 4 combat takedowns and a remain undetected. So obviously I'm not going to remain undetected because I want to get the distraction and the combat. So there it is, free Isabella. So that's the young lady we need to rescue in the prison. So to get the distractions, oh, bit of loot there on the table, little. Can't resist it. But to get the distractions, I thought I'd try a few things just to see what actually constitutes a distraction. So they're using a blunt arrow. The blunt arrow, it does seem to be a distraction. So that distracted the guy. Now I keep doing this because I want to, you know, make sure I get the right techniques. I was trying to get the right techniques to see what's easiest to get these distractions. So that clearly worked. Taking out the candle next to it didn't seem to work, even though it alerted him and whatnot. So now I've tried a couple of things on him. I figured maybe because he's been distracted once, maybe you can't distract him twice. So I went and got the combat takedown anyway. I have at this point in the game got an upgraded blackjack, so the takedowns are a little bit easier, but another bit of loot there. But as you saw, I've now got the one of the takedowns and one of the distractions. So make sure you get in this safe. There's 3 bits of loot here. So there was a couple of bits there, and that's all that's in this room. So then we can move on. Right, so once we come out on this landing, we've got these 2 guys, one trying to get in this room over here and that one. So I thought, right, well, you know, blunt arrow, let's distract that. So both of them look round, and but no distractions. Didn't seem to distract them. Even though both of them did stop and look at the noise, it didn't seem to actually work. So not entirely sure what happened there. So right, so I figured I'm not going to try and do the combat takedown with 2 of them in the room. So I took him out, and with the thinking of when this guy walks around, I'm going to take him out and get the combat takedown. Anyway, so wait until he comes around. Wait, how you doing, mate? Bosh. There you go. Take that. And have that. See you later. Good night, son. End of. Right, so we go and check what's going on here. Oh, hang on. Where did them distractions come from? Suddenly I've distracted 3 guards. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what the criteria is for distraction. Does running in front of one of them before bashing them in the face count as a distraction? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, as you saw down there was a couple of guys downstairs, but there's also this other room up here with a guy with a bird in the cage. So if he was going for an undetected run, you'd need to take care of the bird, but obviously I don't care anymore. I'm just like crazy. Come on, you mother! Yeah, got you. See you. Done you, mate. Done you. Yep. Right, so that's him done. Make sure you rob him up. And there's a few bits of loot in this room as well. Don't forget to grab them all. We've got, what's this? We've got a little ring on this guard down here. There's a little ink pot on the table there. There is another bit of loot in that room, but I'll come back and get that a little bit later on. Right, so this is the other room that the guy was looking in. You can get into this room. There's an air vent there. You can come in that way. I guess if you was going for the undetected, the guy would just be sitting at the door and he would never know you got in there, so you could sneak round. So that's the way to do it if you want to get in this room undetected, because the guy was actually at the door. There was a couple of bits of loot in here, and also the station cell keys, which is you need anyway to open up the doors downstairs. So you need to get in that room at any point. But if you want it to remain undetected, you have to go through that sort of air vent or whatever. So now we're on 4 distractions and 4 takedowns. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't really know how the distractions really work there. When I thought they were distracted, they weren't. Maybe it took a while to register. I don't know. I'm not sure. Answers on a postcard. Right, like here, for example, you know, I've got a bottle. There's 2 guys down there. I'm going to throw that down there. There's a guy. Look, see, look. He's clearly heard something. He's clearly heard something. He's clearly been distracted, but it's not come up. So I'm not really sure what the criteria is. I thought to myself maybe it's a threat. But then the other guy with the blunt arrow, he wasn't really a threat. He didn't even know I was in the room. so I don't know. But if you're trying to get them challenges, just basically persisting with kind of, you know, making noise and distracting them seems to eventually do it, you know. Like, you know, oh, there we go. Look at that. What was that right next to me? What was that? I don't know, mate. What was that? I don't know. Oh no, I didn't see nothing. Well, what about this then? You see that? Look at that. Did that distract you? Did it? Did that distract you? Your mate got an arrow in the face. Yeah? Did that distract you? Look. Wait. This will distract you as well. My blackjack in your face and all. Bosh. So yeah, this level, at this point, I was starting to feel rather unthief-like. You know? It did mean that I had now completed. So yeah, arrow in the face of a guard does seem to, oh, another bit of loot, does seem to distract them eventually. But yeah, I kind of really did feel like this level didn't really live up to, like, you know, the stealthy thiefiness that like I'm expecting, and was more like, you know, I'm just feeling like a bad man running around taking everyone out. So like this guy who was in here, I kind of run initially, and then I just thought to myself, What am I running for? What am I running for? Just get in there, and I can take him down now. Oh, I'm just a crazy nutcase. Crazy nutcase. Right, okay, loot in this room. There's a knife. Got a spoon. There was another spoon there. I didn't pick it up, but I will get it. I will come and pick it up in a minute. And there's another spoon or knife there, and this box here has a collectible, has the first collectible. I guess they give you food there because they think that you might be getting beaten up, maybe, I don't know. But as you can see, I've dispatched with these people quite comprehensively. Right, main desk in the main room that was outside, and in this drawer there's a couple of bits of loot, document if you're going for them, which is really unimportant. And around here on the wall, probably the sneakiest bit of loot in the level is the second collectible. One of the historic plaques is on the wall. Very nice indeed. So yeah, if you're screaming at the screen at 15 of 18, so 3 bits of loot left. And if you have been watching, you would have realised there's two bits of that loot are in rooms that I've just gone past. So I do get them. I have to go back and get them, and that. They were just really obvious bits of loot that I missed. And the other bit of loot over here is on this sort of shelf down here. This watch seal. Right, so now we kind of going to deal with the actual mission itself, kind of thing. There's this door over here. It's worth opening this door first because this is basically your escape route. It's sort of like a tunnel that leads to a gate that's locked, and it doesn't seem to have any real purpose. But that's because it is the way you get out. So I'm sorry, mate. Yes, that goes round, and then we've got a steel grate there, which you can't get out. But so it's good to open it though, because that is the way you get out when the mission ends. A little bit of food hidden around there if you need to get food. Right, so you come into the cells, use your key to get into the cells, and I think there's 4 different cells in here. The main one, which is marked with the marker over there, is where Isabella is. and I think a couple of the rooms are open and a couple of rooms are locked. The rooms that are locked have got prisoners in them, and if you open them, the prisoners will attack you. So if you're going for undetected, make sure you peek through the keyhole. But you don't need to go in any of these prison rooms. See, look, there's a guy in here. Look, he's just standing there. But you don't need to go in any of these rooms. There's no loot in them. There's no collectibles. There is a poppy in that one that you just saw me go in a second ago, but the door was open on that. You could see it. But basically, all of this, you don't need to do. So if you're coming through this level or you haven't done it yet, see, look, I've looked through the keyhole there. There's another guy in there. So you don't need to go in them. The only room you really need to go into is this one over here, which is Isabella's room. And here we go, the beautiful woman you've been wanting to save, and I've been looking forward to meeting her all the time. And like, you know, and hey, ooh, what's going on there? What's going on there? It's got a beard. Well, my God. Oh, so yeah, Isabella, she's you know, saying about her a bit Lola like, you know, Lola. La, 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 Lola. Anyway, so when you go back out, you need to pick up her body and get her out, but it's worth, you know, taking out these two guys first of all. Doing this bit undetected would be a bit of a challenge. Take my water arrow. Whoops. I meant to get the blast arrow. That's what I meant to do. Yeah, so getting her out undetected out of there is going to be a bit of a challenge. Just quickly, once you've taken them out, it gives you an opportunity to go up and get those missing pieces. There was that one there I missed on the table there, and there's also another bit in this room here, this letter opener there. So just to make sure I have got all the loots, that's the collectibles and 18. So now you can go back down, grab Isabella. Yeah, I'm sorry about the position of them loots. I probably should have moved them in the edit into their relevant position, so apologies for that. But then, yeah, then all we have to do is drag her out. This is obviously where the guards come in, but you can, yeah, then you just drag her out. To get her out undetected would be a bit of a challenge, because them two guards, you probably just distract them and then drag her past, I guess. That would be the easiest way of doing it, I suppose. And then you just drag her all the way out. And that is a Sideshow attraction. Done. Nice. Let's get out of here. Level complete. Come on. There we go. Sideshow attraction job complete. Right, so that's how to get those... that's where all the loot items are and how to get the challenges. Probably, I'd say personally, my least favourite mission of the game so far. I think it seemed a bit sloppy, but I might come back and try it again undetected, because that might be a bit more of a challenge in the future. But let us know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye.